Hello.
Hello, how you doing, big guy?
I am good. Did you listen to our episode at all?
Yeah, why more about? Sounded good to me, bud. Why? What's wrong? What did I do wrong? Please tell me. What did I do?
Thank you for downloading our recent episode. For more episodes like this, go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com for more episodes. Enjoy the show.
The Karate Kid. We are back with another episode of the retrospective sports series. I have never seen Karate Kid. Never seen it. I've seen the scenes, wax on, wax off, all that stuff. Never seen the movie. First time all the way through. I'm excited to talk about it with Eric. How the hell you doing?
I'm excited for you. I am
Thank you.
excited to talk about this. This is amazing that you have not seen this, but
yeah.
I'm happy that you did to take out the time. Now, is this going to spark the interest to watch the other Karate Kid movies?
Yes, only because of you. And what I mean by that is, if it wasn't for movie guys, I would go, okay, I got what I needed, you know. But you told me that 2 is not good. You told me, but 3 is just as good or maybe better as 1. I'm like, okay, well, you got my interest. It may take me a year to watch the other 2, but it's something different though. So I've never seen the movie. Of course, I know how it ends. You know, I know the basics of this movie. But then as soon as the movie ended, I watched the first episode of Cobra Kai. Just the first episode, first season. And I tell you, that's a nice little bookend. Actually, I kind of dig that.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
I like that first episode.
Because I have not seen Cobra Kai, and obviously a show that has 6 seasons now.
Yeah, it has 6 seasons. They go crazy.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yes, correct. Yes, I mean it's nice to see where the characters are. It makes sense where the characters are, kinda, but no, it was a nice little bookend. But yes, I've never seen Karate Kid, and we're reviewing it for the sports retrospective.
This is a pretty big franchise. At the time we are recording this, there will be 6 movies. There is one coming out later on this year, 2025, called Karate Kid Legends.
Legends? Okay, hold on here.
Yes.
Karate Kid franchise. Let's click on this
and
here.
Jackie Chan will be reprising his role from the Karate Kid in 2010 with Jaden Smith. Ralph Macchio will be coming back as Daniel's son in this movie as well, too.
So, Karate Kid Legends coming out in May of this year. Yes, you're right. So what's his face is not in it?
Jaden?
Jaden's not in it, right?
I don't believe so. I didn't see him in the trailer. I don't think he's going to do a cameo. He might do a cameo, but who knows?
It's starring Ben Wong, so it's going to be okay. I don't know. Featured a storyline placed 3 years after the events of the television series Cobra Kai, and the 6th film, the Karate Kid franchise. So, okay.
Yeah, I know that the creator of Cobra Kai was not involved in this project at all, so It was uncertain that this was going to be in that same. It was going to be canon to everything that had happened. It looks like it is, though, right?
Okay, but I have a question though. Oh my God, Miyagi. Jackie Chan plays Miyagi in the remake?
No, correct. No, I'm sorry, incorrect. He plays a Miyagi type figure.
Okay, but it's not Miyagi. Okay. Never mind. Because I was going to complain. I was going to complain because Jackie Chan's in it and Daniel's in it, right? So I'm just like, wait a minute, they're crossing the streams here, bud. Because Miyagi's dead.
It's a multiverse. It's Karate Kid multiverse there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've never seen Karate Kid, so I've said that 3 times. I was really looking forward to seeing this. And boy, for the listeners and for you, from a person coming in from fresh eyes, boy, do I have questions.
So, yeah, and you're welcome to ask away, because as we were growing up, or at least in my experience, in like the late 80s, 89 to like 94, where there was like this hype for ninjas and young boys. Okay.
Yeah, man.
there was a whole lot. And I'm not just talking about Karate Kid, because around that time you actually had the Karate Kid series, the animated series that came out too.
Sure.
But you had Ninja Turtles, which were huge, right? And then all the ripoffs that came from it. You had all of the movies that we had talked about, right? And Ninja Turtles movies, of course. Three Ninjas, right? One of the favorites.
Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas. Mwah. Oh, beautiful movie.
Yeah. Yep. Doesn't the bad guy get his face crushed by an elephant's foot and somehow survives and has a medal?
Leslie Nielsen gets his face crushed. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
But and Rob Schneider's in that movie. Yeah. Anyway, fantastic. And then you had other like not so popular ass movies, but I think like Sidekicks. Beautiful movie with Jonathan Brandis and Chuck Norris, if you remember that one.
No, I have not seen it, but I know of it. Yes.
Oh man, the nunchuck scene at the end of that one, it was amazing. So anyway, in
Beverly
that era,
Hills Ninja.
the thing that came out mid-90s, a little bit later, but still in that era,
sure,
you had just ninja kind of figure that was really taking over. Oh yeah. And it was really taking over. So yeah, I don't know if it was just a personality thing or just a complete marketing thing. There was a lot of things that were being sold, but I believe there was a lot of shows, a lot of cartoons, a lot of everything, a lot of movies that were around that. I guess.
May I give you my theory? This is a Jordan theory.
Oh, I love a Jordan theory.
Because there's a hint of nonsense when it comes to a Jordan theory, but there's some truth in it too. You ready?
Absolutely.
This came out in 84, right? And then from 84 to, let's say, 95. So 10, 11 years, Ninja was strong, right? Because, like, the Mortal Kombat games were popular, the movies, right? All this stuff was popular.
Again, right? Early 90s, yeah, you had a lot
like you said, right?
That Ninja, right. Street Fighter.
America.
Maybe because the video games. Go ahead.
Yeah, America, here's my theory. America was not afraid of Asians anymore. Now, I know that. Hold on now. Hold on now. Go with me here for a second.
Oh, I'm going to go with you.
Go with me for a second, right? World War II was such a big, right?
Yeah.
Right? My grandfather, who I love, still, well, not even he passed, but he still called them, all due respect, Japs. You know?
Okay.
Right? It was this phobia, right? That Japanese were evil. And, Asians are bad because of World War II. Because they lump them into this whole category, right?
Okay.
Now, the reason I'm telling you this is a theory, is because it's been 40-something years by the time this movie comes out that World War II happens. Right? Asia's being rebuilt.
I'm still with you. I don't know where you're going, but yeah.
Asia's been rebuilt. Japan's been rebuilt. We're not afraid anymore. So now we're going to dive into that culture more and start having this decade renaissance of just Asian culture and films. And that's kind of what boosted it, I feel, is that America is no longer afraid of Asians.
Okay.
You don't agree? Should I cut this part out of the show?
No, you should definitely leave it in.
That's a good point.
Interesting that you say that. Listen, I would agree with you on that, because I don't think that we were afraid after we dropped the bomb on them twice. But there was a part, I agree with you, where they had rebuilt. Where Japan namely had rebuilt, and a lot of their culture was being observed a bit more, right? And they had a lot to import, not just actual industrial or manufacturing goods or whatever, farming goods or anything that they were trying to export, but also culture, right? And a big part of it as well was their art. Movies were still impressionable just because they had a lot of like Kurosawa, in very much kind of like a Kung Fu Bruce Lee, and obviously you had a lot of that culture that was coming in. But also you had a big part in the 80s of anime that was really becoming recognized a lot more, right? So I don't want to completely say like Akira or Ghost in the Shell, but those are obviously big ones, and Ninja Scroll. A lot of that's later on, buddy.
I know.
But yeah, Dragon Ball, right?
Oh, Dragon Ball.
That was really becoming an import and becoming having a new audience here in America. And I do remember that being a big part in like that area in my growing up as well too, was the introduction to anime too, like whether it be like Outlaw Star or Rama 1/2. So maybe that had something to do with it as well too. And you had the American imprint like Ninja Turtles to put on there. But oh, well, how can we kind of take this and put a little bit of red, white, and blue flair on it, right? And then you had obviously the video games, like I said before, because that was becoming over, like Nintendo and Sega, coming from those games like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, again, where a lot of it was, I think Mortal Kombat was Midway Games, and that was American. But yeah, a lot of the culture kind of bleeding over, and that's where the new audience was found. So I think maybe that had a lot more to do with it than your theory. But I like your theory. That's, well, we can dig into that a little bit later.
No, we're not. So with Karate Kid, I'm excited. So let's get into it. Not knowing anything, right? Okay, I just lied. I do know things, but I don't know the structure of the story, right? So I press play. It's on Hulu. Let's go. And immediately we get Daniel and his mom in New Jersey saying goodbye to a bunch of kids driving away. Still at the end of the movie, I'm wondering, why did they move from New Jersey to California? Did I miss this?
Yeah, his mom got a job opportunity
in California at being a waitress.
Well, she was training to become a manager
at the restaurant.
I thought it was something else.
They didn't. Tell me if I'm wrong, man. You're the fan. Yeah. She says because there was a scene towards the beginning of the movie where he's talking with her and she's at the restaurant. She's a waitress or something. She goes, I'm training to be a manager. And I look at my wife. I'm like, the restaurant? You would go across country to be a manager at a restaurant?
Yeah. He says loosely that it was for a company. And it's never really dug into deeper than that.
Okay.
We assume that she's at the restaurant, and again, those are really just kind of unimportant to the story.
Oh yeah. Mom's totally unimportant. She goes away at like 90% of the movie, gone.
Yes.
Parent of the year right there. I'm going to ask the question.
I know that. Oh, go ahead.
Where was the dad?
He's dead.
Do we know that?
Yes, I know that you were about to ask that, and he is dead.
He died of the man cancer?
He done. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So dad dies. Mom is now a widow. She's upset. She has a teenage son who seems to be okay, not much of a renegade, but she decides to pack up, and they have a nice little cross-country mother and son trip to go to California so she can work as a manager at some company. Got it. Okay. We're here now.
Yeah. New job, whatever.
Okay. So they go to, I swear to God, it was the same hotel that Leonardo DiCaprio was in at Catch Me If I Can with Tom Hanks. It looks just like it in California. And Daniel's son's first hit, or Daniel's son, but Daniel's first hit was he karate kicks a door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the kid's like, "Oh, hey, man, we can be friends, bud. We're gonna go at the beach. You want to hang out, bud?
What is that, like karate or something?
Oh, that's so cool, man. Let's go hang out at the beach.
Yeah.
Right. So Daniel doesn't know anybody in this area, doesn't know this kid, but Daniel's like, okay.
Yeah, making new friends, right?
Don't you wish we were like that nowadays as grown adults? Like some stranger sees us and goes, "Hey, you want to come to the beach and hang out?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Like, whoa, wait a minute. We would have so many.
What time are we going to be there? What time is it over with?
Yeah, exactly.
Does my wife know where I am?
Who's going to be there? Do I need to bring anything? Are you guys going to be doing anything?
Are we going to have snacks?
Yeah, exactly. Do I need to bring food?
Did somebody bring sunscreen?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I have a sun hat. I'll bring the sun hat.
Oh, good. Okay. Do I bring my swim trunks? I just want to know these things.
I just want to know.
Right, but Daniel's like, no, we're gonna go. So he goes to the beach, and this is where we meet Elizabeth Shue. Now, everybody in Movie Guy's world is gonna kill me. Elizabeth Shue is the second woman to play Marty McFly's girlfriend, right? Not the first.
I believe so.
Okay, I was just wondering because this came out in 84 and 85, so the next year was Back to the Future, but she didn't come into it until Back to the Future 2, which was what, 89? Okay.
Is that right?
Back to the Future 2.
I'm
Because 2 and 3 were filmed back to back.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check on all of this.
Yeah, please, because I'm sure if I'm wrong, we got people just punching their phones right now saying idiot.
Yeah, no, you're definitely correct.
Okay. So Elizabeth Shue
Wells plays Jennifer Parker. Go ahead.
She was a heartthrob in this time, was she not?
She most certainly was.
Well, I'm gonna check on her here. Let's see, because I've seen her in a bunch. Well, this was her first like big actual role. Like, I mean, she did an independent film in '83, but Karate Kid, All Adventures of Babysitting, Cocktail, Back to the Future 2 and 3. After that, she kind of went down the tubes. Oh, she was in Leaving Las Vegas as Nicolas Cage's. Okay, she's made crap.
Well, yeah, I mean, but all the actors have made.
I mean,
is the Kevin Bacon Hollow Man?
Yeah, she's done crap. She's done Hollow Man. She's done Piranha 3D. The remake of Death Wish.
Hamlet 2.
Yeah, she's bad. I mean, she's not bad, but she had a good ring. From 84 to 90, she was killing it with like back-to-backs.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I absolutely loved her in this movie, actually. I thought she was fun.
I liked her in The Saint, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Elizabeth Shue immediately has an attraction to Daniel. Daniel and his friends decide, hey, we saw the movie American Pie 2, and we saw Stifler throw a football at a bunch of girls. So we're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened there. That's how you do it.
It was a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I've seen it. What was the other movie where it was a frisbee? I think. It was like, here, watch this, and he throws a frisbee at the. Either way, it seems like
Pie 2. Yeah.
Was it American Pie 2?
American Pie 2 was a football.
So okay.
It's the same thing.
We're tackling all the sports here. We got a soccer ball in one. We got a frisbee in another. We got a football in another. So obviously, it's a classic way to just kind of introduce yourself. Oh, hey, sorry.
Oh, hey. But Elizabeth Shue came right up to her. What is her name in the movie?
Allie with an I.
Allie with an I. And he goes Daniel with an L. Love it. Instant lovers. She absolutely loves him. All right. I don't know why. It's not established why she just loves him. All right. But then.
The charming fella, right? Good looking guy, pancake ass, why not?
Why not? But then we meet the T-Birds.
Hey, whoa.
Come on. It's theft, right? We get Johnny and the boys, right, rolling up in dirt bikes. Already Johnny's wearing the bandana, and he is such a jerk. He goes up to Elizabeth Shue, Allie, and he's just like, hey, can I talk to you? And she's like, no, not really. And he steals her. Here's a language that kids that who are younger than us don't know. He grabs her boombox. Yeah, you like that?
Oh yeah, the ghetto blaster, baby. Yeah.
Grabs that and goes, oh, you need to talk to me. Like, and she's like, no, leave me alone. And like, he breaks it. He's such a jerk. She dated him. I see why, right? Because later in the movie, you find out that she's rich, and it's assumed, it's implied that he's rich too.
Yeah. It's implied. Yes, of course. They're the Encino boys, You
deserve everything for that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
This guy, William Zabka, right?
Sure.
Who plays Johnny, is one of those in the late 80s or 80s and 90s where that's a typecasted role, right? He plays the bad guy. In fact, in Back to School, he even plays a guy named Chaz.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Okay, his name's Johnny Lawrence. Oof.
Yeah. Johnny, no. Yeah. But was he the villain in Just One of the Guys, too?
Okay, so I'm going to look up his film career. National Lampoon's Year of Vacation. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, he was in National Lampoon's. He's done a lot of crap. High Voltage. Python, Falcon, Python 2. Yeah, so he's done mostly. Oh, he was in Hot Tub Time Machine. That's right, as Rick Steelman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, kind of like a classic, classic
Back to School,
bully type of dude.
He plays it well, right? Very tall, very muscular, athletic, with that
blonde.
blonde hair, right? I mean, like, it looks like he would just be like a surfer guy, but he got into karate instead. He looks like the bad guy from Brink, and him would be like best friends. Bringing that up. You like that?
I do.
So this is where the movie loses me, right? Because these guys are bullies. And for this is a 2-hour movie, which I didn't know that, right? But for like a good hour, all that happens to Daniel, pardon the swearing, is get his ass kicked. Nowadays, this would be attempted murder. Some of these things that these kids do to him. Oh my God.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of him, and a lot of the times I think it's all but like I think once it's just 1-on-1, whereas the other times it's like a 5-on-1.
Oh, I know, they go to a dance, right? And then they like chase him, right? They chase Daniel. And then like one of the bullies even says to Johnny, he's like, "That's enough, Johnny. He's had enough, man.
You're crazy, man.
You stop it, man." And then Johnny's like, "He had enough when I say he has enough." You know, it's just like that classic stuff.
They're really giving it to him, man. They're really.
Oh my God, terrible. Every time we see Daniel, he has bruises on his face. His mom, not a mom at all. She's like, "Take off your glasses," and he's, "Take off the fucking glasses." Right? Oh, you like how I swore, but I didn't swear. And you
bleeped yourself. Man,
yeah, you like that? I'm proud of me. God, she sucks as a mom. But
I think she's struggling, right? She's trying to work and adjust to this new place, and that's where I think the other part of it, where Daniel calls her out later on maybe beat up number 2, right? Where he was driving home on his bike and he gets kind of bullied and beat up by exactly. He calls her out. He's like, "I don't understand that you're having a good time adjusting on here. She's loving it because she's getting all this opportunity and kind of warm California air, but he hates it." And he calls her out, right? Says, "This was your decision. You never asked me."
Well, does children in the 80s really have a say? I mean, come on, right?
Well, it'd be nice. He's old enough to obviously have an opinion, old enough to get his ass kicked.
Was he 15? Yeah, he's 15 because he gets his license here.
He gets his license, yeah.
15, 16, all right. But this is where they live in this apartment complex, and the maintenance guy, mom's spigot, right, her faucet, right, her handle's busted in the kitchen.
That's right.
And Mr. Miyagi is the maintenance man of this complex.
Yes.
I, of course, like I've said, know the story. Man, did I fall in love with this guy. This guy's great. I love everything about Mr. Miyagi. There's not a bad thing about him at all.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's great.
Pat Morita obviously played a iconic role, one that is outlived him. People know Mr. Miyagi more than they know Pat Morita.
Yes. Well, I did not know this because while we are recording the show, I looked him up, and of course, there is some stereotypical roles, right, that he's in, but he was like in Happy Days as one.
He played Arnold in Happy Days.
Yeah, just come on, right? But thoroughly enjoyed him. He was that soft-spoken guy, right? When he first meets Daniel, but then Daniel starts to take a liking to him a little bit, so he starts showing Daniel the bonsai tree. Bonsai?
Mm-hmm.
Bonsai.
You got it.
Yeah, right. Bonsai tree. And this is where like the dance happens too, right? And then Daniel's getting chased and beat up, and then out of nowhere, like a cat, Mr. Miyagi jumps out of nowhere and just completely kicks the crap out of these 5 kids, out of the Cobras.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah. This is where Dodgeball got it from. Got it. Right, that was live right there. Got it. Okay, got it. And Mr. Miyagi, I was like, hey, I'm gonna take you to Cobra Kai gym, and I'm gonna tell these boys and their master to leave you alone, bud. We're just not gonna play these games no more.
Well, I think it was more that Danny. Yeah. Guilted him into doing it, into going with him.
Right, because he said you need to tell them to stop or something like that.
Yeah, and
He's
he
like, "Here you
basically
go."
said like, "Hey, you jumped in and you got involved,
Mhm.
right? Like before it was a hard thing with just me to deal with, but now you got involved. Now you expect me to go in there by myself after you came in and you beat kids. You a grown man, beat
Right.
some kids' asses. Like no. This involves you." And so he says, "All right, come back in the morning and we'll go down there and figure it out."
Right. They go down there and they meet uh Rick Kwando, Napoleon Dynamite. Did I get that right?
John Kreese.
I know, but then that's straight up from Napoleon Dynamite too, right? Like this gym rat, like muscle bound douche that just hiya.
Yeah. It
You
looks
subscribe
like
to my 6-week program. You'll get
That's right.
Starla just like I
just,
did.
He's just missing the American flag pants.
This guy, I mean, that again, watching this movie is fun because I'm seeing things that may not be paying homage to it, but clearly they are, right? I mean, like that dojo scene from Napoleon Dynamite. I mean, it's theft. Like this is straight up that.
Yeah, well, picture it in the time sequence of everything. A lot of those movies that were made that you can clearly say that, oh, this was borrowed, stolen, influenced, whatever by
Sure.
the people who created that were probably around the certain part where they were watching Karate Kid thinking, oh man, this is an awesome movie.
Right. Yeah. They were inspired by it. I'm not okay. Theft is a bad word. You are correct. But it's just like I can see the nods, the wink winks. Like, oh, I get it now. Okay. So this is where they meet the dojo master, right? With all the kids, all the Cobra Kai. They're just like of course none of these words are said, but it's like, hey, Mr. Miyagi and Daniel son, go away. You're weak. And then Mr. Miyagi says, let me train him for 2 months. And if he wins the tournament, then you all leave him alone. And they're like, okay. No.
Yeah, and then he says in the stipulation as well too, he's like, all right, well, I'll challenge you to the tournament because I think the John, we want to call him the dojo master, was not taking any of that, not one to back down, right?
Right. Excuse me. Yes.
So Miyagi says tournament, and he says, all right, well, during that 2 months before the tournament, no touching, no more beating up.
No touching of the hair or face.
Exactly. None of that. None of that. Hands off until then. Make it fair. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like 40 Days, 40 Nights. No touching, hands off. Kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly like that, bud.
Again, another podcast, another time that I'm getting full of it again. This is why, though, I hate the Dungeon Master. This guy is so douchey and unbelievable.
Dojo Master. I like the Dungeon Master, though.
What did I say, Dungeon Master?
Yeah.
Did I say the Dungeon Master?
You did.
I'm gonna say the Dungeon Master for now on. I'm gonna put my feet down on that one.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's forever.
Yeah, that's
Apologies
amazing.
to Martin Cove. I know you're a big fan. If you're
big fan.
Live.
Golden headphones, just because. No. So the Dungeon Master. I can't do it. The Dojo Master. This guy doesn't exist, right? I mean, this guy is crap. Like, he's a grown man, and like he should be teaching these kids, like, hey guys, maybe not go around and be T-birds here, like let's not be jerks here, guys. But no, he's just like, yeah, old man, and I'm going to allow my boys not to beat up your boy. Like, that's just like hardcore. Like, it's like his dad. No. It's like his grandpa was the coach from Varsity Blues. Just
right.
Just a straight jerk.
We learn more about him in Karate Kid 2 and 3.
He's in 2.
He's in 2 and 3. In fact,
the Dungeon Master?
Yes, the Dungeon Master. And I'm pretty sure he's in Cobra Kai as well. I have not seen Cobra Kai.
So this guy's a big character then.
Yeah. He has a pretty good arc from what I understand in Cobra Kai. He has somewhat of an arc in 2 and 3, but like he maintains that villain role. There's actually, I'm pretty sure in 2, is it 2? I think it is, where he and Miyagi get into it in like a parking lot, and Miyagi just humiliates this guy over and over again, man.
Oh, so he's that guy. He's that guy that always gets his butt kicked, but you'll rule the day. I'll get you again, like that. That guy.
He kind of gets it in 3 a little bit. I won't spoil that movie a little bit too much for you, but he recruits a new businessman, Terry Silver, who's like the slick back, tall guy, black gi, black hair, slick back ponytail, a very cocky attitude, and they have their Drago basically, who is the new guy, right? He is the real challenge, and he has to fight Daniel-san. And it's one of those where in any real situation, like maybe Dane can defeat Johnny in kind of this situation, I guess, whatever. But in Karate Kid Part 3, it's like, no, this guy's clearly outmatched. Daniel has no
way.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like me going against Brock Lesnar. I may get one hit in. Maybe
it's not so much a size thing so much as it just
the talent.
Kind of like, yeah, exactly, and just overall attitude. But again, that's another tournament title that happens there. So
gotcha. Okay, so now Miyagi has 2 months to get Daniel-san to train to know karate, who knew nothing about karate. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, this is a bunch of BS. It's not going to take 2 months to train somebody who's never known karate before to go to a tournament and win a tournament where these are kids like Johnny, who's probably been karate since he was, 8 years old, right? I mean, no way. But it's okay, though, right? Because he's teaching them wax on, wax off.
Sure.
Teaching them all that stuff.
I will say that we're watching this as an adult. I can buy into that only because of what I've been listening a lot more to what Miyagi says.
Mm-hmm,
and when I'm a kid watching this movie, I'm looking at Daniel.
Wait, you root for Daniel? Yeah.
Well, I relate more to that character, and so
right.
I feel like I'm listening to him more and kind of following his path. As an adult, I'm listening to what Miyagi's saying. I'm like, oh man, you know what? This is starting to hit a little bit harder here about what Miyagi's saying. He's basically saying that don't worry about the time thing. I'll teach you how to do actual karate. Those guys aren't doing that. They're not teaching karate. They're teaching just punch,
kill,
punch. Yeah, exactly. They're just teaching kind of these tactics. It's not even fundamentals. And I will teach you what it is about. It's about control. It's about discipline. It's about balance. And it's not just to fight, because you don't want it to use to fight, right? You want it to use the actions to teach yourself and then to carry that with you in life. And you see that a little bit more in the movie, Daniel, how he confronts himself with Allie, or he puts himself into the situations where he's basically out of his element, and how he handles that. You can see how before he would just run away and be like, no, don't worry about it, kind of a thing. Whereas now he's just kind of like, okay, all right.
Stand his ground.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, and you can see that more and more in 2 and 3 as well.
Gotcha. No, it makes sense. I mean, like, it's wax on, wax off, so they're doing the hand motions, right? And clearly, as an adult, I'm realizing, he's learning defense techniques, right? And then it's like paint the fence up and down, right? And then paint the house, left and right. It was great. It was fun. And then to see Daniel just snap and be like, Miyagi, you suck, bud. What am I doing? I'm not your slave, bud. Come on. You're supposed to teach me karate. And then he's like, I've been teaching you all along. Mind blown, yeah. Right? Oh, my God.
Awesome
he's
moment.
Been teaching him all along. Of course, my favorite moment and the best moment in the entire movie is Miyagi drunk. That's the best part of the movie.
That's the one that got in the nomination.
It should have got it. It should have gave him the Oscar. He did not win it, I don't believe.
He did not win it, no.
But that scene, and don't take it out of context. I don't like the fact that he was drunk. He was drunk for a legitimate reason. Now, from what I understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this, please. So Miyagi is a Japanese American soldier in World War II fighting on the side of the Americans, right?
Yeah.
So he was fighting against his own people. And while this is happening, his wife is pregnant in America, and during childbirth dies, and so does the child.
That's correct, yes.
That's what happens.
Yep.
Man. God. That's effed up, bud.
It's some
terrible.
dark life stuff right there, bud.
And he's learned, he's lived, right? And he's getting drunk, drinking whiskey. He gives Daniel some whiskey. The funny thing is that the parent of me is like, Miyagi, what are you doing? He's 16. Right? Miyagi don't care. He's in his World War II uniform, and he has a bunch of medals too. I don't think he had the Purple Heart, but he had medal.
Very
Valor.
decorated. Very decorated.
Right. And he has a picture of his wife, and Daniel's like, oh, she's very beautiful, and we never see. Well, no, we want to see a picture of the kid. He's just drunk. He's just depressed, right? And then this is where we get to see some of the reasons why he is so disciplined, right? Like this is where we get to see more. This is a great scene. I did not know this scene. I never seen this scene, so this took me for a complete loop, and I was blown away. I thought it was great, completely.
Yeah. Oh,
I just wanted to say it. That's all.
I mean, just the entire sequence of it. Was there?
Oh yeah, it was just him. I mean, I believed him, And you have to be a very, very good actor for somebody to believe that you are this decorative World War II Japanese American soldier, that went through this stuff. I think that he deserves to win it.
It says that his wife and son in an internment camp in Manzanar internment camp, and he was in the 422nd Infantry Regiment in World War II in Europe.
So he wasn't.
He received a Medal of Honor.
So was he okay? So he was an American then. Yes,
that was the U.S. That was U.S. Army.
Okay. So okay. So now that makes it even more messed up, right? Because those camps were the baby version of the Holocaust for the Japanese over here. So, whew.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and again, there's more. I think I need to rewatch 2 and 3 to start listening to maybe Miyagi said a bit more if they open up about that. Because I know in 2 he goes to Okinawa because his dad.
Oh, his dad. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. And then he brings Daniel with him, and then they learn a bunch of stuff, and then there's some drums involved.
You gotta have drums.
It's that part actually. I told you before. Karate Kid Part 2 sucks.
Does not do it. Okay, so yeah, but anyway,
they have these little hand drums to go. It's it's annoying.
Okay,
it's an annoying sound, like those Zuzu horns or whatever those things were for remember Brazil World Cup or something like that.
I don't know. You're talking about the Australian things that go.
No, those are didgeridoos. No, during it doesn't matter.
Did you say didgeridoos?
That's what a didgeridoo is.
I was going to call them Chazwazzers.
Thank you. Thank you. But I can go to sleep tonight. I can go to sleep with a smile on my face.
This is why. Oh my God. Okay, so great scene happens.
You played Knifey Spoon before.
Oh my God. Oh no. We got to move on because we'll just do this the rest of the night. Great scene for Miyagi, and then like the next day happens, like nothing happens, right? And this is where also Daniel finds out that Elizabeth Shue is loaded, right? And like her parents show up, and automatically the mom and dad are appalled, because Daniel's showing up with his mom and a gremlin. Who's this?
In a wagon that they got to push start.
They got to push, like, we don't take too kindly, right? Noah and Allie story from Notebook, right, bud? Oh, he stole it from this movie. Good job, Nicholas Sparks.
Everything comes.
Her name's Allie.
This is the 6 degrees of Notebook. I'm telling you,
Dude, her name is
forget Kevin Bacon. Everything comes back to Notebook.
It's a good point, though, right?
Yeah, listen. I dare anyone to challenge you.
I mean, my
Certainly
wife
won't be me.
Yeah, I mean, like
one thing I know about Jordan is that he knows everything about the Notebook and boy bands of the '90s, and I'm not going to challenge you on any of that.
I mean, it tears up my heart when you talk like this, but that's okay.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Keep going.
It's all right. In the '90s, I lived below a bowling alley and then above another bowling alley.
Oh, quit playing games with my heart.
You don't know that reference? Oh my God, I'm mad at you.
What, the Frank Grimes?
There we go. Good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy. Good man. Sorry. So, so like Allie is in love with Noah, right? And the parents are like, we ain't take too kindly to this, right? I'm sorry, wrong movie. And they go to the most luxurious like arcade. Like, I mean, why would a girl take him to an arcade? Like, it seems like this was like a theme park for kids in this area, right? This was like roller coasters and bumper cars, and bumper boats were awesome back in the '90s, right?
I mean, California, man. I guess it's just a little fun center thing to do in the
sports center zone or whatever you want to call it, right? It's amazing, right? And after this, we're getting closer, right? Like Daniel gets a chance to go fishing, right, with Miyagi, and this is where he teaches him to get balance and stand on the boat. Also, they talk about balance too when Miyagi takes Daniel to the beach, right? And it's on the poster where he's standing on the logs, right, doing the crane.
Yeah.
Right. Great scenes. Can't complain. Just great scenes overall. But then, okay, so I'm trying to remember. Elizabeth Shue doesn't break up with Daniel. Daniel avoids her, or does he break up with her because she's rich? I'm trying to remember. This was the last night I saw this, for God's sakes.
Why
did they fight?
Yeah, no, I thought that was it, and then there was a mix of like, wasn't it like a dance too? Is that what it was? It was
no, I know why they. No, I'm sorry, I know why they fight. He was supposed to meet her. He was supposed to pick her up from this gala thing.
Yeah, the dance.
No, not a dance. It was
country club.
The country club. That wasn't a dance. That was like a.
Oh, I'm sorry. They were just dancing at the country club.
Right. And he sneaks in, goes to the kitchen, and then he sees, Allie talking to Locke. He was like, "No, you're not going to talk to James Marsden. It's not happening." Right. And and she doesn't like it, right? And like her parents are trying to push her onto him, and talk about a bad mom and dad, by the way. All right, just like no.
Well, they're stereotypical, right? They're just like, you shouldn't be talking to that boy.
All right, you play that music too loud. Yeah, we ain't gonna take it. So then, Daniel is aloof, right? Aloof, right? He stumbles upon a waiter and gets spaghetti spilled all over his white outfit, and everybody's laughing, and he's just running away from his problems.
Yeah, he's embarrassed basically, and doesn't he kind of avoid her just to think that, oh well, you're too good for me.
Well, he needs to avoid her completely. He only has 2 months to beat Johnny.
Got to get my training going.
You got to get a training going, right? Oh my God, the music! You're the best. Around. Oh my God, I didn't know that came from this. This was great. Love it.
The soundtrack of this movie from like the first half, because they keep on playing stuff like just back and back, and it is just so retro. It is classic.
Oh yeah, Tough Love, Rhythm Man, Feel the Night. Oh, God, this is great stuff. Survivor, come on, The Moment of Truth by Survivor. Great 80s movies, songs. Loved it, right? So then we get ready, right? So like Miyagi is like, hey, Daniel, you are now full karate, right? You're good to go, right? So here's the cars that I have that you wax on, waxed off. You get to pick one, and right in the forefront there is the beautiful yellow convertible. Right, you got to get that one.
Yeah,
got to get that one. He picks it. I would pick that one. That car looks cool, right?
Yeah, all those cars looked amazing.
But not the yellow one. The yellow one's pretty awesome though.
The yellow one is definitely making a statement.
Yeah, I would have named that one Pikachu. So then he drives to, yes, you're proud of me. You're proud of me.
Yeah,
So,
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he goes to the kid fun zone again, Pleasure Island, if you will, right? And he's not going to take no for an answer, even if Elizabeth Shue's friends are like, she don't want nothing to do with you, Noah. And he's just like, listen here, I'm going to talk to Allie, right? I built things, right? Here we are, right?
Keep going.
Right? And she eventually, talks to him, and then they get the kiss. They get the kiss outside when she's watching the boys slide down these water slides.
And
right?
what a kiss. They have a full embrace, and it was one of those where just like, oh, geez, are they eating each other or are they kissing?
Yeah, my wife said that. My wife goes, that's not a very good kiss. And I was like, honey, that's how you kiss, right? You just shove your tongues in each other's mouths, right? That's what happened back in like those ages, right? You don't know how to kiss. You just...
I'm going to kiss the crap out of you.
You know what's funny is that when you're that age, right? That's what you do, right? It's this tongue slobbering, right? Right? You just don't know what you're doing, right? And then like end of high school, college age, you start becoming a pro. Right? You start becoming a pro at kissing, you start learning techniques, and then you get married and you lose those techniques, and then it's just husband and wife peck. Mwah. Have a good day at work, sweetie. I'll see you for supper. Spend all this time.
Yeah, no, we found out a lot just now. I think you start off, with the practicing the stuffed animals, then you move to your, practice on your friend a little bit. It's not gay, we're just trying it, and then you get with the first girlfriend, boyfriend, however, you try that out all open mouth. You saw like in the movies. That's how they do it. It must be another thing, and you go, and then just like I said, you start proing it. Oh no, you time it. Start little, go big, and when to, when not to.
I discovered that. Yeah.
Maybe some nape of the neck play, right? A little bit, little nibble on the earlobe there.
Well, I discovered that when my dad accidentally took me to a gay steel mill.
Dad, why did you take us to a gay steel mill?
I don't know.
Hot stuff coming through.
Stand still. There's a Spock in your hair. Get it.
This is going to be a Simpsons podcast real quick.
But you're enjoying this episode. Don't tell me you're not. And I know the people who are listening are having fun.
I think everyone turned it off after a little how to kiss.
No. My wife's gonna giggle on that. So they have a kiss, right? And then he's like, "Hey, you should drive my car, right?" And she's like, "I don't know how to drive." This part was funny. She was like, "I don't know," and then like she drives it perfectly out the parking lot, right? And then here we go. Here's the fight, right? We've been waiting for this fight, right? And then Miyagi steals a black belt, right? Because there's this dude signing everybody in, and he's just like, "What belt is he?" And he's just like, "Oh, he's a black belt."
Yeah, exactly.
And he steals it. It's great. So now, me knowing nothing about karate, right? And this is a tournament, but I do know that black belt's like top tier, right, bud? So like I'm sure they had different colored belts for like green belt championship, orange belt championship, if you will. I'm sure that happened. That's another thing that's kind of interesting too, right? Is that Daniel has been doing karate for 2 months and he immediately is in the Super Bowl. Like he's not even in the UFL. He's straight going big leagues here.
He got, custom taught by the master.
And he's destroying everybody. And Cobra Kai are going down as bitches. All of them are getting their butts kicked.
Yeah,
All of them are.
Again, a lot of the fighting is a little silly. Or it's just, the bad guy just runs. Ah!
Yeah, he's like that crazed bad guy. So let me at him, right? So watching this, I don't know if this stuff actually happens in karate tournaments, but you do the moves And if you land a punch or a kick, if you actually make contact and the person goes down, then that's a point. And whoever has 3 points wins, right? That's what we get from this movie. And Daniel's just killing it. But then we get the crazy roided out guy who's not Johnny, where the dungeon master, right, says, take him out. And he's like, no, coach, that's not ethical. And then I laughed, right? Because I'm just like, he has not had ethics throughout this whole movie. Or was that the same guy that was like, knock it off, Johnny, he's had enough?
Yeah, that was
the same dude?
That was the first guy, and he was instructed to take him out of commission, right? I don't care how you do it.
Take him out. So then he runs and he jumps, and he kicks him like in the calf and the shin.
Yeah, no, I think it was like the upper thigh, man. He does
He does something. Well, no, I thought it was below the knee because he was holding like his calf area.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it was the knee.
So like he did that, and then Danielson's out, and he's just like screaming in pain, and then the judges are like, if Daniel's not back in 15 minutes, Johnny wins from Cobra Kai, and it's like, okay, and then there's Daniel on the table, and they're like, hey buddy, ain't gonna go, you're done, right? Until magical Miyagi, double M.
Well, yeah, because I think Miyagi's just like, hey, it doesn't matter, win or lose, you came out here and you fought, you gave it your best kind of thing. Right. And Daniel's just like, yeah, but, I want the respect a bit more. Like, I feel like I still have a lot more to prove. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's hyping me up, and so then Miyagi does the magic hands.
The magic hands, which we saw early in the movie where he slaps his hand together, rubs it, and then rubs his hands on Daniel's shoulder, and then automatically his shoulder's healed. So,
yeah.
But of course, it's a placebo. It's
it's a crazy thing.
It's giving him the metaphorical strength, right? And then there he is, right, going against Johnny, right? The big thing, blood sport, Jean-Claude Van Damme, nutshot stuff, right? Here we go. I'm excited. Boring as hell. 100%.
Well, yeah, the final fight between those two, it's kind of technical and it's just kind of like
that's why I said Bloodsport. I was waiting.
Like turn-based kind of a attack.
Hot Shots Part 2. At least he had like caramel and gummy bears on it. Bloodsport just was like crazy fighting. Like over the edge. It at least had like Sylvester Stallone in the with the arms. Like this was a very very boring fight. I mean, like the Hawks and the Ducks were better.
This is where the sport part comes in, right? Because we're in a tournament and it's going into points back and forth. And just like many of the sport movies that we've seen before, it comes down to points. And it comes down to like the last play of the game, right?
Yeah, they're tied.
They're tied, and it's got to be the one final play, one final move. Give the ball to me, coach. Put me in, coach. I can do it, kind of a thing. And it's all come down to this. All the lessons that were learned throughout the movie, all the build up and everything that was kind of taught between these two people is come to this.
And he does the crane, a move that he doesn't really know yet.
That Miyagi never taught him, right?
Never taught him, but he beat him on 1 foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Beat him. And then Johnny gets the trophy and says, "You're all right, Daniel, and you're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down."
Now, I like this because apparently the Kreese, your dungeon master, by the way, when he instructs Johnny, that original delivery that he was giving him to tell him to sweep the leg, was not necessarily ad-libbed, but it was read differently.
Oh,
yeah, and so the way he said it, very stone cold like that, and just direct and very assertive. That look on Johnny was actually a real look, like whoa,
oh really?
Kind of a scary look on his face. And a lot happened that way because I think Johnny in that point realized that, oh geez, this isn't really an honorable thing, and this is dirty, and I don't want to be like this.
Sure.
And so that's where he kind of changes a bit, right? And gives him the trophy. Yeah, you're all right, Daniel.
You're all right, Daniel. We're going to be enemies for the rest of our lives, I guess. But
well, watch 2 and 3.
I will. But let's get our popcorn ready for this one. I mean, is it a large? Of course, even if it's a large for Manu, this does not get nominated for Film of the Year. That's because it's a part of the retrospective. But it is a little long in the tooth, I will say, right?
It is a bit long, and I think, and I think that maybe the parts where Daniel and Miyagi are training might have been a bit long, or the parts with him and Allie are longer than needed as well too. To this little love story that you have in the movie, but it's fine, to be honest.
It's fine, yeah. This is the longest out of all of them.
Yeah, I give this a large just because rewatching it, I can understand why Pat Morita really knocked it out of the park and got the nomination on this one.
Yeah.
It was, again, as a kid watching it, I felt like he was more of a caricature of just like this typical Japanese American stereotype. But in this one, like he got my respect, man. Like he played like this father figure, and not even just that, but it feels like a person who he himself had escaped from a lot of his trauma, and he got some redemption in teaching Daniel. And it really, watching it again, it really aged well for me. So I really like that. All the other characters did what they were supposed to do. Martin Kove as John Kreese, William Zabka as Johnny. They did a great job. I think that's pretty cool. I never knew that there was weed in this movie. I didn't recognize that Johnny was rolling up a joint in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Great. By the way, we skipped that. Greatest costume ever, right? When Daniel shows up as a shower curtain. That's amazing.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Elizabeth Shue plays Elizabeth Shue. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about her on that one, right? She did exactly what she needed to do.
Exactly what you need to do. Yeah. Ralph Macchio showed up. Okay.
Did you? Really?
Oh, no.
I know.
Yeah, we're basically on the Community thing. This movie is about Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. Ralph Macchio has been married to the same woman, Phyllis, since 1987. Anyway.
Good for him. I like Ralph Macchio. I do. I feel like he kind of just doesn't have a whole lot of range, so he plays a lot of Ralph Macchio characters. He had a good run in the 80s and the 90s. He obviously got his big break in The Outsiders, then he did this. Then he was in My Cousin Vinny. I loved him in The Crossroads. He was very good in The Crossroads.
That's right. He was Johnny Cade in The Outsiders. Crossroads. Yep, Crossroads. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, and that was it, right?
That's another huge movie, by the way, Crossroads, where at the end he and Stephen Vai do dueling guitars against the devil for their souls. Great scene, by the way, too. So
he pretty much, after My Cousin Vinny, did nothing.
He did voiceover work. I think he just turned into voice acting.
Yeah. And then Cobra Kai.
Obviously, all the other Karate Kids that is coming into it now. The nostalgia bait has really revived his career for a bit.
Did you check out the Broadway show there, bud?
I did not.
Okay, you usually watch that tripe.
It has become available. The only play that I've seen was the one that I sent you, and that was from the Community TV show.
It's called The Karate Kid the Musical, bud.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Oh, you're aware. Okay.
I've seen a lot of movies that were made into musicals. Evil Dead the musical, RoboCop the musical.
Yeah, the day that Alien becomes a musical is the day I cry.
So there's a lot of weird musicals that they do, and some are fun, some are
not so fun.
Not so fun. So
Okay, you're gonna give it a large. Yeah, I mean, I have to, right? Never seen
holds
it.
Up well, man.
Yeah, it holds up. Miyagi's really good. The story is not so basic and so dumb to where I'm bored. I watched the whole movie all the way through, right? No potty breaks. It was a good 2-hour film. A little long, maybe cut 15 minutes of it, but other than that, Miyagi was great. Everybody was good in the roles that they were given, right? I think everybody knew what movie they were doing, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody kind of figured it out. Before I end it, I do want to talk about the 5 Karate Kid movies. I just want to see if you agree because I pulled this up as we were talking. So I give it a large, you give it a large. But I want to ask you about your Rotten Tomato scores. You can go long if you want. I don't think you need to, but if you agree or disagree, okay? So the Karate Kid's Rotten Tomato percentage is 90%. You agree with that?
Okay, yes.
The Karate Kid Part 2 Rotten Tomato score is 45%.
It's generous.
Okay. This one may piss you off. Karate Kid Part 3 Rotten Tomato score is 15%.
They really didn't like that. I can understand that it's probably the acting, and again, maybe it's because I have not seen it in a long time. I can understand that too, but yeah, I
Okay.
maybe I need to watch it, and maybe I will give it a bad score. Maybe it's worse than I remember it, but
maybe it's a bad.
Yeah, I do remember it being corny at some parts, just like some of the acting, but. I remember the threat being real.
So the last two is the next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
7% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
I didn't mind that movie. I thought it was better than the 2010 Jaden Smith movie.
Well, the 2010 Karate Kid remake is a 66%. It's the second highest. It's the second best according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, I hate everything that has happened right now. Then
so in order from best to worst is the Karate Kid in '84, the Karate Kid remake, and then Karate Kid 2, Karate Kid 3, and then the next Karate Kid. That's the order from best to worst.
I hate Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So
CineScore gave it an A.
I would, as I remember it, not because I have not watched any of these movies recently. And again, this probably will change if and when I watch all these movies. But as I remember it, I would put Karate Kid 84 1. I would put Karate Kid 3 2. I would put next Karate Kid at 3.
Oh, really?
I would put the reboot Karate Kid 2010 at 4. And I put Karate Kid Part 2 at 5.
Wow. So Part 2 is just dead last for you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, CineScore gave Part 2 an A-, bud.
You know what? And again, I could be completely wrong on this, but I feel like it's one of those
right
that maybe I need to rewatch it and just eat my words. I completely can be, down for that again, but the parts that I'm remembering, it bothered me. It's one of those where it's like when they did Part 3, everything in Part 2 just never happened.
Well, you know what we got to do? I mean, this is obvious, and we can end the show on this. This could start the Patreon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, then.
Hey, anyway, that was a tease, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Eric, thank you much for joining me.
Do Patreon, just do any old movie.
Might as well do Karate Kid Part 2, 3, next Karate Kid, and the remake. I've never seen them, and see if they hold up. But that was a tease, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But thank you so much for joining us on Movie Guys Podcast. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com or wherever you get your podcast from. Eric, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll be back next Thursday for another awesome episode. Have a good night.
This is
we invented the remix.
Oh, excuse me. And Didn't he already change his name? Instead of it being Puff Daddy, it was just Pete Diddy.
It was Pete Diddy. Is Puff Daddy innuendo for smoking the Magic Dragon, bud?
Maybe, but given the recent news that we've heard about his freak offs, it could be a different kind of smoking that he was doing. You know what I mean?
Puff Daddy's stage name.
Because a puff is a slur in the UK.
The nickname originated when he was a kid, when he would huff and puff when he would get angry. That was a co-pilot answer.
Thank you, co-pilot.
Thank you. Look, I'm really happy that you listened to this wholesome Wild Robot episode and then it was with Slim Jesus. I mean, why not? Why not? Because somebody didn't post in our Drive the Karate Kid episode, so I had to kind of mess around with things.
Oh boy, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Whoever that was, they should be fired.
I was going to do both episodes last night. I was going to schedule them. And I was like, oh, where's Karate Kid? Because I was going to save that for Karate Kid because that's what that episode was recorded for. And I was like, oh, it's not up. I gotta get an episode up. So, all right, here we go.
Oh boy. In fact, I don't even think I have it downloaded. Here we go.
Oh no.